This is Tyler from TANDEMKROSS, making good guns great, and this is the Manticore. This will be a very quick installation video, as most of the work we have already done for you. So as far as tools you'll need the Manticore itself, as well as the T10 Torx and the 1.5mm Allen key optionally. These are both provided with the trigger kit itself. Optional but recommended would be a trigger pull gauge if you want to start adjusting that trigger pull weight. All right, let's get on to the actual installation portion. So as always, I would definitely recommend you check out the written PDF version of these instructions available on the product page itself. There is some additional detailed information there, and should anything change in the future, all the updated instructions will be in that PDF. So to get this into the gun, first we have a flag here so we know we're clear and safe. No magazine installed, nothing in the chamber. So on this particular stock, this Magpul backpacker takedown, I'm just gonna take the barrel fore-end assembly off, and the particulars of how to do this will change depending on your stock or chassis. So refer to your firearms original manual or the instructions that comes with your particular aftermarket stock if you have one. But the broad strokes will be getting the action with the trigger assembly out of your existing stock or chassis. That will typically involve taking this crossbolt safety, setting it right between safe and fire, and then you can sort of hinge the action up and out like that. So at this point, you can take a little tool and push out your receiver cross pins. I'm going to use our T10 from the Manticore package. These are our receiver cross pins, which are self-captive so they don't fall out on the table. Original trigger pack goes to the wayside. So before we get into actually putting the Manticore into the receiver, let's just go over some of the features on here real quick. So right in the side of the housing above the left-hand safety lever, pointing it out right there, that is the pre-travel adjustment, which can be done with that 1.5mm Allen key that we include. All of these adjustments are set from here, so you can just put this right into your gun and get to shooting. But if you want to play with these to really maximize it or induce a particular trigger feel, absolutely you can go ahead and do that. So in the case of the pre-travel, you can just insert it in an angle here, and then, you know, lefty loosey, righty tighty. If you back it out, you'll have more pre-travel. If you tighten it in, you'll have less pre-travel. The way we set it is pretty much right up to the wall, so any additional may induce some failures to reset. But if you can and you want to experiment with that, you can absolutely do so. The over travel is the same as it is in our Ultimate Trigger Kit, where it's just threaded into the trigger itself. This is accessible from the outside of the gun. And then the trigger adjustment pull weight, if I can get in close, is down in this hole here. This is also a 1.5mm Allen. So we set this trigger right around 2 3/4 to 3 pounds out of the box. You can, again, lefty loosey, righty tighty, adjust that to your particular preferences and what your shooting discipline requires. In the PDF instructions, we have a table that gives you approximate pull weights based on how many revolutions of that screw you have. But that's where having something like a pull gauge comes in. If you want to absolutely verify your adjustments, this would be a good thing to have to test that out. So I'll leave it as it is for right now, but those where all those adjustments are going to live. So getting back into that, we're just going to take the Manticore, make sure the ejector is forward, not flipped backwards like that. We're just going to line up the cross pin holes and pop that into the receiver. And so at this point, if you wanted to do your pull gauge tests, this is a phenomenal point to do so, because you can rack the bolt, perform your trigger pull adjustment testing, and then if you need to dial up or down, you can just pop out these 2 pins, adjust that screw, and then get back to this point and verify, as opposed to rebuilding the entire rifle and then disassembling it back to this point again and again if you want to really get a very particular pull weight out of it. So onward and upward. We'll need to first negotiate the 2 safety levers as well as the extended knob on the bolt keeper. So the bolt keeper knob is toolless, so you can just pinch that and lefty-loosey take that off. For the safety levers, these 2 will most likely need to be removed depending on your particular stock or chassis. These are just where that T10 Torx comes in. Just loosen those up. That one's off. And there's the other side. So now that it's sort of in a slick installation configuration, you can grab your stock or chassis and install it as you normally would, sort of tipping it down and in, sort of hooking the rear end in and hinging it down. Tighten your action screw. Our twister takedown knob makes this pretty awesome. Just snug that in place. And now we can go ahead and put those extended controls back on. Bolt keeper, righty-tighty. And then for the safety levers, that little T10 screw to tighten that on, just going snug just like that. And snug for that as well. Checking function, nice. Bolt keeper is going to be working well as well. So now, at this point, you can reassemble the rifle the rest of the way. And there you have it. There's your completely installed and assembled Manticore Trigger Assembly for Ruger 1022. Enjoy.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video on whatever social media platform you use. I'm Luke with Tandem Cross, and we're here to make your good guns great. Keep up with us on social media for daily updates. I'll see you next time.